Computer criticism. I have only 14 minutes to read news. Good news from Cgtn. Great news now. Cgtn. Cgtn see the difference. Hope for the world, and so on. Just 1 second. We have a nice graphic design here. Look. Politics, Chilean politics. I don't think it's great, but that graphic design was. So here we go. Cgtn.
Cuando éramos niñas, yo obligaba a la Cona a acompañarme a hacer porque si no me aburría.
Very interesting topic. China-Vietnam relations. Politics, October 13, 2024. China-Vietnam stress handling differences via friendly consultation. Updated, anyway. Is a medium-sized news, 2 minutes. China and Vietnam on Sunday stress the need to properly handle their differences through friendly consultation. In his meeting with Vietnamese Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh, Chinese Premier Li Qiang urged both sides to stick to friendly consultation, properly handle differences, and expand maritime cooperation. China firmly supports Vietnam in steadily following a path that suits its national conditions, Li said, calling for strengthening alignment of development strategies with Vietnam and carrying out the plan of synergizing the Belt and Road Initiative with Vietnam's 2 corridors and 1 economic circle strategy. He said China stands ready to work with Vietnam to deepen cooperation in areas such as connectivity, trade and investment, tourism, medical care, and disaster prevention and reduction, and expand cooperation in emerging industries such as digital economy and green development to continuously promote the upgrading of cooperation in various fields. He called on both sides to further deepen cultural and people-to-people exchanges and enhance mutual understanding between the 2 peoples, especially the younger generation. China is ready to strengthen coordination and cooperation with Vietnam at multilateral platforms such as the United Nations and the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation, and promote global governance in a fairer and more reasonable directions, Li said. For his part, Pham Minh Chinh said developing relations with China is a top priority and a strategic choice for the party and the government of Vietnam, adding that China is the only country that encompasses all of Vietnam's foreign policy priorities. He said Vietnam firmly adheres to the One China principle and supports China's development, noting that next year marks the 25th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between the 2 countries. He said Vietnam is ready to maintain close high-level exchanges with China, speed up the connectivity of transportation infrastructure, explore new models such as cross-border economic cooperation zones, and maintain close exchanges in fields including education, tourism, and youth. The two sides should implement the high-level consensus of the two parties and two countries, properly manage differences through friendly consultation, and jointly safeguard maritime peace and stability, Pan Min-chim said. During Premier Lee's visit, the two sides will issue a joint statement, well, does it, covered via CPF with input from Xinhua. I will try to see another news from the five. Very similar news from the five highlights on the front page. Politics, October 13, 2024. China to promote high-level cooperation with Vietnam. Chinese Premier Li Qiang on the right meets with Tu To Lam, General Secretary of the Communist Party of Vietnam, Secretary of Vietnam's Central Committee, and Vietnamese something. Chinese Premier Li Qiang said on Saturday that China stands ready to promote high quality and high level cooperation in various fields with Vietnam. He made the remarks while meeting with To Lam, General Secretary of the Communist Party of Vietnam's Central Committee and Vietnamese President. Li said China stands ready to solidify the six major goals of greater political mutual trust, more substantive security cooperation, deeper practical cooperation, more solid popular foundation, closer multilateral coordination and collaboration, and more proper management of differences. It is hoped that the two sides will simultaneously promote the hard connectivity of railway, expressway, and port infrastructure, and, quote, the soft connectivity of smart customs to provide solid support for improving the facilitation of trade and investment, and safeguarding the stability and smooth flow of industrial and supply chains, Li said. He said China is willing to work with Vietnam to actively study the pilot construction of cross-border economic cooperation zones, expand cooperation in emerging fields such as information technology, new energy, the digital economy, and important minerals, and deepen cultural exchanges. China stands ready to carry out cooperation under the three major global initiatives: jointly promote building an equal and orderly multipolar world, and universally beneficial and inclusive economic globalization, and maintain and promote prosperity and tranquility in Asia, Li added. For his part, To Lam said the party and the government of Vietnam have always attached great importance to developing relations with China. The Vietnamese side will firmly follow the point jointly set by the top leaders of the two parties and the two countries, adhering to the six major goals to deepen the Vietnam-China Comprehensive Strategic Cooperative Partnership and promote building a Vietnam-China community with a shared future that carries strategic significance. He said Vietnam firmly abides by the One China principle and firmly opposes all forms of Taiwan independence, separatist activities, adding that Vietnam is willing to take the 75th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between the two countries next year as an opportunity to strengthen exchanges between parties, legislatures, and civil societies, deepen investment, finance, agriculture, and local governments, and hold the Vietnam-China years of people-to-people exchanges to consolidate the popular support of the two countries. Vietnam supports the Belt and Road Initiative and the three major global initiatives, he said, adding that his country is willing to strengthen communication and coordination with China within multilateral frameworks to make greater contributions to promoting regional and world peace and prosperity, with input from Xinhua.